My name is Howard Stross, and I'm with Stross Law Firm located in Oldsmar, Florida. For several decades, we have been helping people in the areas of real estate and also in estate planning and most importantly, settling their estates. We want you to be an informed consumer, one who will understand what we got to do and also understand what you can do to abbreviate the time it takes and also to reduce dramatically the cost associated with doing so. An obvious question, whether you're just curious or you're actually going to have to do something called settling an estate or probating an estate, is what's this going to cost? And here's how I explain that to folks. First of all, after we get done explaining this, we send a letter to them because a lot of these things are hard to remember, and we summarize all this. But if you're asking what is the cost of probate, there's three elements to this. There's the out-of-pocket cost, the money it's going to take. That's one item of the cost. The second cost is the emotional toll it takes doing it. And the third cost is your time to do it. Some estates don't take nearly as long as others, but it does take time to settle it properly. Those are the three costs associated with properly settling an estate. There's the cost of paying the lawyer. There's the cost of out-of-pocket costs too. Now I'm talking about dollars and cents. The money that you pay for out-of-pocket costs include the court filing fee, which is well in excess of $400 for a formal probate in Florida. So that's just one cost. Then there's the cost of the premium for the bond that the personal representative has to have. These are merely examples I'm giving you. Now there's a couple other costs that are not as quantitative, but they're sure there. That's the emotional cost it takes. A lot of people are just stunned. They're concerned about the fact that they're grieving. You could have a widow or widower trying to settle the estate of someone that they were married to for 45 years. That's really tough for many people. And for most people, I would add. I saw it in my own mother and father. So it's understandable, but it is in fact a cost. And there's also the third cost, and that's time. If you're settling somebody's estate and it's a big hassle, that takes your time away from something hopefully much more pleasant to do or more productive. It is important to settle estates, but those are the three costs that, unless you're a professional personal representative or trustee, maybe the emotional toll won't be there, but certainly those other costs will be there. As far as the total cost, it could range from a few $100s because it's a small estate, it's a summary administration for costs, and then perhaps somewhere between $800 and $2,500 for attorney fees. And that can vary depending on what's going on in the estate, even if it's a summary or a small probate. And of course, the cost can range much, much higher, go well into the tens of thousands of dollars. If you're settling the estate of someone who has many assets or a lot of disputes going on or businesses to settle, as an example, I have had to take over, literally, people's businesses because they passed away, and I ran them for a few days in some instances, or others maybe a few weeks, in order for we could close out that business or see to it that it was transferred to a person that was named in the deceased person's will or trust. But all these things can take time. Let's say you've really finished with all the business of settling the estate, but you're still trying to sell or assign assets. And so that has nothing to do with the court. And the costs for holding those assets, if it's real estate, there's going to be a cost associated with that because it's real estate taxes, insurance, and maintenance of that property. It's very difficult to generalize about the cost of a probate of an estate or settling an estate, even if there's no probate at all. There's just a trust administration. Again, it can range. As an example, if it was a joint trust and one of the spouses passed away, there is not a whole lot to do. There's a little bit. That may cost $200 or $300 to settle a few minor things. But when that second spouse passes away from that couple, that's when the work starts, and that's when those assets have to be distributed or dealt with in accordance with the person's estate plan. My name is Howard Stross, and I'm with Stross Law Firm located in Oldsmar, Florida. And if we can help you, if you have any question, all you have to do is telephone 813-852-6500, and we'll set up a phone discussion with you, or possibly in person, depending on the circumstances at the time. But again, that initial discussion is not going to be at any cost to you. If you decide you do not want to proceed with us, that's that. There's no out-of-pocket cost to you. It has been an investment of your time, but you'll understand a lot after that first meeting. And thank you very much for listening.